welcome to another Fiddlehead fiddle lesson. Let's do a Cajun tune called J'étais au bal, which I think means I was at the ball. As usual with Fiddlehead fiddle lessons, I'll play the entire tune at a medium tempo, then we'll break it down part by part, quarter by quarter, note by note. So hopefully that'll be enough for you to get this tune and enjoy playing it. So here we go. Just gonna do a rough version of the whole tune right now at a medium speed. Faster, it would sound like. Alright, and I did some double stops in that little taste of like what we can do in variations, how we can add variations to the tune. And I'll do a follow-up video on how to add variations to this. And this video will stick to a simple, this is how you play the basic version. Some things you should know in case you're new to Fiddlehead: there's left-hand fingerings in the comments field below. And there's also a course outline. So if you want to take like these lessons and do them in a progressive manner from easy and learning simple techniques, just follow the link to the course outline. Alright, so now I'm going to get started with the tune, and I'm going to play you the first quarter of the A part to this tune. Oh, and before I do that, I want to say play the A major scale as a warm-up. The easy A major scale starts on open A. And then there's a more challenging intermediate version which uses high third finger, and that starts on G1. I would practice those a bunch before doing the tune. Okay, so now let's do the first quarter of the A part. Okay, let's break that down some. A, 1, 2, 2 to start. And then up to E string, open, 1, open, open. Let's put that together. It'll make more sense if we do that, I think. Again. And then we're going to add to that a 2, 1, open. I'm going to put all that together, and that's our first quarter. So this A part is extremely repetitive. If you get this part down, you pretty much have most of the A part. So as usual with these lessons, we're going to take a moment, we're going to continuously loop on this. I encourage you to, while you're practicing this at home or wherever you are, to try to play along, and furthermore to try to do it on your own, to try to continue looping on your own this part, playing it until it's just ingrained, until you can just close your eyes and hear it. And furthermore, I encourage you to practice everything, even if you play other instruments. Use this technique of looping for everything you ever do in music again. It's the best thing I have to offer you. So let's do it. again. All right, so cool. Thanks for doing that. Now we're going to move on to the second quarter of the A part. All right, so you can kind of hear the similarities to the first, and you see why I had you loop the first so much, because it's pretty similar. So it starts, the second quarter starts like the first with, but then it's a little different. It goes open E, quick open 1, and then a long open E. So a little different rhythmically is the main thing. Okay. So I'm just going to do that again. I'm going to slowly build this phrase. I think that's makes the most sense on how to teach it. Not that hard in terms of left-hand notes. I think it's hard rhythmically, so just try to hear it. Alright, so it's kind of do-ba-ba. It's kind of an offbeat thing. I'm going to add to that A, 2, 1, open. So it ends just like the first with A, 2, 1, open. Here's the whole second quarter again. Well, my gut feeling is to loop this too, because rhythmically it's tricky. So let's loop it like 2 or 3 times. Okay, let's move on to the third quarter. Third quarter of the A part's just like the first. I'll play it again though. Now we're gonna do the fourth quarter of the A part. There's 2 actually. There's the it's called the first ending of the A part, and then the second ending. So we're going to have 2 fourth quarters. It'll make sense once we do it. Okay, so let's break it down. We're going to go on E, open 1, 1, 2. And then on E, 1, open. And then we're going to do A, 2, 1, open. So we have once more. And starting on that last long open A, we're going to do 2 hoedown bowings to end it. And the way I arranged it in this particular beginner version is that we're always going to end on that A hoedown, okay? So we're going to go, the whole fourth quarter, putting that together is... So that's the first ending, and what that means is we do the entire A part and we end with that, then we do the A part again and we do a different ending the next time. So I'm just going to play the A part with that ending. we start the A part over there, do the whole A part again, and then we go to the second ending, which is this. Play it slow for you. Okay, so it's all on the A string, and it's going to start A 1, 2, 2, 3. Then after that, A 1, 1, 2, 1. Putting those two things together. Again. Ending with two hoedowns on A. Okay, here's the whole second ending of the A part. I'm now going to play the entire A part going to that ending. So it's the second time through the A. Cool. Now let's do the B part to this song. I'm going to start by playing the first quarter of the B part. Alright, so let's break it down a bit. We're going to go A, 1, 2, 1, open. That's not too hard. Then we're going to go D, 2, high 3, and then 2 open A's. Alright, so that's pretty tough, I think, if you're a beginner. So practice that a little on your own. Alright, I'm putting it together. So far in the first quarter we have. Okay. Then we're going to do okay, so breaking that's all in A. 1, 2, open, 2, 1, 2, open, open. Still working on the first quarter. Now let's put that all together. The first part of the first quarter was and then we have let's put it all together. Very good. Now this is repeated a lot, so just like we did in the A part, we're going to loop on this. If you get this down, you pretty much have the rest of the tune. Again. Again. Let's move on to the second quarter of the B part. Okay, so it starts like the first quarter. And then ends like this. So that's just A, 1, 2, 1, and then D3 open, and then a hoedown on A. Okay, so the whole second quarter is good. Third quarter is exactly the same as the first. And then the fourth is just a slight variation on the second. So I'll play the entire fourth quarter now. Alright, so it starts the same as the second quarter. And then we're going to go A1 to D high 3 and do that twice in a row. And then end with the A hoedown. So the ending is. So once again, here's the whole fourth quarter of the B part. And what we can do is, because that, I think that from A1 to D high 3 is pretty hard, you can kind of use that as an opportunity to work on your high 3 and create your own exercise. So what you can do is just take that A1 to D high 3 and you can just practice those two notes a little bit. But then you can fiddle with it by adding like a rhythm, like say triplets. Or tucka. Alright, and then what you can do is try that on a different string. So D1 to G high 3. And back to A1. And maybe try starting E1 to A high 3. And then you can string them together to make a bigger exercise to practice this thing. So in that way you can use these fiddle tunes to create kind of really fun exercises for yourself if you just pay attention to the tune. Alright, so cool, thanks for doing that. We're now going to close by, I'm just going to play the entire B part. There's no second end, the endings are both every time, so it's a little simpler than the A part. So I'm just going to play the entire B part once for you. And that's it. Thank you for watching. See you next time.